we're leveling up slowly but surely. I'm trying to up my game every episode in 2023. So I think next episode I'm going to try to have a better mic and better quality of audio and everything like that, just to start leveling myself up. I've got a new light source, which I think is, it's different. We're trying to level up because I noticed that my episodes are really, really dark. So I'm trying to make Royal's job easier. Alrighty. Shall we begin? I think we should. I'm gonna get comfortable. Alright. Yeah. Whew, boy. Alright. Let's start. Hi, my name is Emma, but you can call me Daisy, and this is Emma Everywhere, the segment in which I talk and you listen.
I just came over here to talk to you.
To talk? The way I see it, you and me got one motherfucking thing to talk about.
So we're going to be confusing the algorithm here this month. I started going through Disney Plus, and they had this little section on Disney Plus that was romantic movies. And I was like, okay, what's on Disney Plus that I could watch? It's every Disney animated movie with a princess, we get that, blah, 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 blah. And I saw the movie Zombies, styled Zombies. If you've never seen it, it is the newest kind of trilogy from Disney Channel. And there was a couple of dancers in it that I really liked because I'm heavy in the dance scene as well. And there was a couple of dancers in it who have started making their kind of niche into Disney Channel. And you know what? I'm very proud of them. I'm very proud when a dancer can move into the acting world as well and prove that they're good, not just in dancing, but in acting. And so I thought, okay, we're going to watch the movie. And I started the movie and I could not finish the movie. I couldn't. I'm sorry. It's
garbage. And the editor that let it come out is garbage.
It's not great by any means. And that got me thinking, when did the Disney Channel original movie peak? I feel like the quality in Disney Channel original movies have gone down. So this is the month where we're just going to confuse the YouTube algorithm, and I'm going to talk about kids' movies, and you're going to listen. We do our research here at TTFT, and we're going to talk about what is objectively the peak, and then we're going to talk about subjectively what was the peak in Disney Channel original movies. So subjectively, it's High School Musical. Objectively, it is High School Musical. And the reason I say this is because in the literal top 10 of highest rated Disney Channel original movie premieres, we're talking in millions here, High School Musical 2 had the biggest premiere on Disney Channel with 17.2 million viewers. That's a lot of viewers for a kids movie. In fact, in the top 10, only 2 movies came from the 2010s. Phineas and Ferb, the movie Across the Second Dimension, which was dropped in 2011, and Descendants 2, which was dropped in 2017. What makes the High School Musical trilogy good? So we're going to go back to our little list here. And I scroll through, and I see a lot of very, very good ones. We see Halloween Town. Shout out to Halloween Town, because Durden will not let me get through this podcast episode without mentioning Halloween Town. It's a good film.
Mm-hmm. Good and terrible.
One kind of musical movie that premiered before High School Musical, and that was The Cheetah Girls in 2003. So only one out of the 30 plus films that Disney Channel started dropping since 1997. The year before I was born. So now everybody knows my full birth date, because if they went and watched last month's episode, which you should totally watch last month's episode, because I did a very, very good job on last month's episode, and so did Royal.
Well, I'm the best there is, plain and simple. I mean, I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence, and nobody can hang with my stuff.
I was actually talking to my mother about this, and she mentioned a very interesting fact about the fact that, she was excited to watch High School Musical 2. I think High School Musical made it fun to watch musicals with your kids. And I think Cheetah Girls did that too, but High School Musical, I think, was able to bring in a bigger audience, because with the Cheetah Girls, I think they were only reflecting kind of the female mind, which, now that I'm saying it out loud, does definitely suck for me to say it out loud, because, the Cheetah Girls is definitely an underrated gem when we think about early 2000s movies nowadays. But High School Musical, I think, was able to apply to a broader kind of generation. And I think that's why, the sequel got made and everything like that, High School Musical 2, which ended up with 17.6 million viewers, which even today is quite a big figure once you think about it. That's big for a premiere on a small channel like the Disney Channel, because it is not necessarily you have to add it on. It's like an add-on to cable television. Who has cable television anymore? Not many people.
Don't do it. Where's my goddamn TV?
Oh my god.
The parents tuned in with their kids to watch this. My mom was excited to watch High School Musical 2. My uncle, who is a massive Disney fan, took me to go see High School Musical 3 in theaters because it was such a big premiere that they actually premiered number 3 in theaters. And I remember going to watch it in 2008 with my uncle. We were up in the middle of nowhere, just up in the mountains of New York. And my uncle was like, we're going to go drive an hour and a half. It is the premiere of High School Musical 3. I was so upset because I was like, I'm not going to be able to watch this in theaters and I want to know how this ends. And my uncle was like, get in the car. We're going to go drive an hour and a half to Hudson Valley, New York, and we're going to go watch High School Musical 3. And we made it just barely for the premiere. Like, I think we were walking in and like the basketball scene and stuff like that. And it was really fun. And I think that kind of became the peak of production value too. I think that's when Disney Channel started realizing we can put more money into these films. We can make these films really good. And I think another key component to this was director Kenny Ortega. Kenny Ortega is the mind behind, I think, also the Cheetah Girls. We are double checking our work. Cheetah Girls. Cheetah Girls was not directed by Kenny Ortega, which hurts my soul.
Your soul is mine.
Kenny Ortega, if you don't know, is a director and a choreographer. He did a lot of stuff in the late 90s to early 2000s and into the 2010s. He did these very, very big, iconic projects. He is phenomenal. He did Hannah Montana and Miley Cyrus's Best of Both Worlds concert when she was getting really, really massive in the early 2000s, when she had her TV show and everything like that. She was she was very much a Disney kid, but I think Kenny Ortega's vision for what could be a kids movie that could apply to a broader generation, because it wasn't just for kids. It was set in high school. They were juniors, but it was still a kids movie. It was still very much marketed towards kids. And then it was also marketed towards tweens and teenagers. It was a film that everybody could relate to as well. And it's something that I think the parents could watch. And it was, one, safe for kids, but two, it was something that, you know, they could see as, I'm not going to say it was an authentic high school experience.
Some guy beating up Kid Ray!
Stop it!
Come on, old man. I've been waiting for this. Come on.
Not all of our kids are going to be singing and dancing, but it covered, you know, academics, it covered athletics, it covered theater. Why did the Disney Channel original movies start going downhill? I think Disney has become very, very obsessed with making everything very, very clean cut and trying to keep up with the trends, that I think they've gone in the opposite direction. But I think the last good trilogy to come from Disney Channel has been the Descendants movies. But even then, Disney, I think, focuses so hard on trying to be both relevant and clean cut that they miss the point entirely. Kids these days don't want to watch musicals that are so clean cut and so reminiscent of the early 2010s, because that isn't their generation. Trends go so quickly nowadays.
Kids, don't try planking. It's dangerous.
I think Disney is trying to hold on very much to these older trends and trying to make things that they should have made in the 2010s, that now when they're making them, it just doesn't cut it. In defense of Zombies, I think that Zombies is, at least the first movie, and all three of the movies are definitely trying to make a point. They're trying to talk about, even if we are different, we should all, you know, tolerate and love each other. Basically, if you've never seen Zombies, which it is on Disney Plus, all three of them, because there's three of them.
The Three Amigos!
It's about humans and zombies being separated by a literal wall.
Now listen, he gonna put that wall up.
Yes, he is.
He gonna build that wall.
He gonna build it.
And he gonna build it tall.
He gonna build it tall.
And it's gonna protect us all.
He gonna protect us all.
It is a very thinly veiled, you know, way of talking about racism that is clean cut and sanitized for the kids. Disney has also made much better movies that talk about racism and tolerance in this way.
No thanks required, Coach.
Thanks.
You challenge my authority in front of the entire football team, Coach. Now, you think you're doing these boys a favor, taking them aside every time I come down on them, protecting them from Big Bad Boom.
Some of the boys just don't respond well to public criticism. I tell them what they need to know, but I don't humiliate them in front of the team.
Which ones you talking about? I come down on Bertier, I don't see you coddle him. Come down on Sunshine, don't see you grab his hand, take him off to the side. Which boys you talking about? Now, I may be a mean cuss, but I'm the same mean cuss with everybody out there on that football field. The world don't give a damn about how sensitive these kids are, especially the young black kids.
If Disney wasn't so focused on making something so clean cut, I think that they would have more success. I think they need to push the boundaries a little bit, but this is also Disney. Disney's not going to do that, and we know that. If you like what you see, go ahead and tune in every Tuesday where Annie, Durden, and Royal do a live show over on the main channel. They absolutely kill it. We actually did one this month where it was just Annie and I for Valentine's Day. You should absolutely go check that one out. Royal joined us as we talked about his film.
Brian used to tell me about this guy he knew that had all the girls and was like this major dog.
Kingston! So I can trust you, huh? You care about me?
But we weren't even official.
Do you love Chandra?
I thought what we had was something special. I got to be more than just a feeling to you, Kingston.
Don't let me go.
Next month, I will be talking about race films because I just got back from Daytona International Speedway and I feel like talking about racing a little bit more.
Gene, if you ain't first, you're last. You know what I'm talking about? That phrase is trademark, not to be used as a tradition of Ricky Bobby.
So until then, I've been Daisy. Thank you so very much. Bye.
E-M-M-A-M-A. E-M-M-A-M-A. Emma, 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 Emma. Emma, Emma, Emma. Emma, 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 Emma. Emma, Emma, Emma.